So this is my dream tank that I had come up with, and it is 180 gallons for the actual tank itself. The tank is about 55 inches long, 29 inches tall, 30 inches deep. It's viewable on all 360 degrees of sides for the tank, and that was intentional. We wanted to be able to look at all different sides of the tank, to look in at the inhabitants of the tank. We wanted to sort of a clean look on it as well. The bottom of the tank has a closed loop four-way, Oceans Motions four-way, that's pumped by a sequence dart pump. Gives us tremendous amount of flow for the tank. It does very well. Underneath all the live rock is actually the intake for that closed loop, so you don't see any of it. And the overflow return, that's the overflow over here in the center, the big column, is where we have the overflow going down into, it's a center overflow that goes down to the sump itself. So the sump is not directly below this tank, it's off to the right of the tank, and on the other side, that is a 40-gallon sump that we have in there. Some of the equipment that we have running on this tank right now, the lighting, we've got a 8-bulb tech light that's on top. We also have, I've got a Deltec 700 protein skimmer. I also have a UV sterilizer, an aqua UV sterilizer. We also have a Gray Seas Aquatics calcium reactor. I also have a Gray Seas Aquatics caulk stir. There's also back there, I have a Neptune AC controller, or AC3 controller, that controls all of it, along with a heater. There's a chiller back there as well, and then the RODI unit that's down in the back. It's a 100-gallon per day RODI unit, and it's definitely great. Some of the corals, initially when I first started this tank, I liked a lot of the LPS kind of things, also some of the soft corals, to include zoanthids, and now I've sort of transitioned as I've gotten a little further into the hobby, more into the acros or the SPSs, and I appreciate those a lot more now because I think their beauty is astounding when it comes to it, and they just grow in a variety of different forms and flavors to whatever your liking is, and to whatever color as well. Some of the fish that we have in the tank right now, my favorite is the first that I had in the tank is the blonde Nassau tang that's swimming by right now. That blonde Nassau tang is, we've affectionately called him Moses, and then some of the others that have been added to it, the purple tang, powder blue. One of my other favorite ones is the mandarin that's down on the bottom right now. It should be in view. He's probably the largest mandarin I've ever seen, and I was fortunate to get him at a reasonable deal, and he's definitely a wonderful addition to the tank. Some of the other corals that I'd like to just point out, I've got a triple threat favia that's in there. I also have the baby's breath favia, and then of course my organ tort that I love. It's a gorgeous one, and then a couple sunset monis and a couple other really nice stuff that's in there that I've collected from other WAMAS members. It's a wonderful thing being a part of this group. You could find wonderful corals from every